If you want to learn how to make this delicious Liberian style roasted meat, stay tuned and keep on watching. Welcome back to another cooking video with me. I want to say welcome to my old and new subscribers. You're always welcome here and I do appreciate your support. For today, we'll be learning how to make Liberian style roasted meat, also known as beef kebabs. These are our ingredients. We have crown cubes, meat tenderizer, black pepper, peanut butter, cooking oil, paprika, habanero peppers, one onion, one bell pepper, and of course we have our beef over here. So next we are going to season our beef. So I went ahead before starting the video, cut up my beef into smaller pieces like I would prefer it when eating it. So I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of meat tenderizer to our beef. And I also have in here 1 teaspoon of black pepper. However, I'm just going to add half of this to the mixture over here. I'm just guessing, and I'm going to keep the rest. And then I have my 2 crown cubes over here. I'm just going to crush it in here. You can use Maggie cube as well, or you can use chicken bouillon powder. But for today, I will be using crown cubes for my seasoning. Next, I'm going to add paprika. I'm just using a little teaspoon over here to put it in there. So I have 1, 2, 3. And then I'm just going to mix everything in here. I'm just going to mix with my hands, but you can go ahead and wear gloves. But I'm just mixing all of my ingredients together with the meat. You want to get down into your meat so the seasoning goes everywhere on each one of these pieces. So after mixing all of the ingredients in here, I am going to let my meat sit for like a couple of hours so I get it really nicely marinated. However, if I was doing this for an event where I'm making like a bigger portion of roasted meat, I would let it sleep overnight so that season seep through the beef. But for the tutorial, I'm just gonna let it sit for like probably 2 hours max, and then I'll move to the next step. So I blended my bell pepper off camera. This is what it is. And I have my 4 habaneros in here and my 1 onion. So here's the next step to making some very delicious Liberian roasted meat. So I have my peanut butter over here, but first I have 1/3 cup of cooking oil. I'm gonna dump it in here. I have 2 tablespoons of peanut butter in here, so I'm just gonna put it in my oil. And I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of paprika in this mix. And I'll add the rest of my black pepper to the mix. And lastly, I'm gonna add my last crown seasoning or cube to this mixture. So I'm just trying to crush it in. You can crush it before, or as mentioned earlier, you can use Maggie cube or the bouillon powder. So after doing that, I'm just gonna use my hand to do this. You can use a spoon, but I prefer to get everything mixed up really nicely with my hands. And the peanut butter, you wanna use the creamy peanut butter, not the one that has peanut chunks in them, or the crunchy one. So I'm just gonna mix all of this together. So this is what our meat looks like after 2 hours of marination. I just left it outside. I didn't put it in the fridge or anything. I just let it sit at room temperature. Look how nice it looks. So next we are going to add our bell pepper that was blended. I'm gonna add my onions. And of course, I'm gonna add my habaneros to the mix. So I'm just gonna mix this in first. I went ahead and put my gloves on because of the habanero pepper. You just wanna mix it really nicely with it too, so that mixture goes everywhere. And next, we are going to add our peanut butter mix that we did. So I'm just going to pour it on here. Look how juicy this looks. Look at our marinade. If you use this recipe to do some really nice roasted meat for a party, or you know, a nice little dinner with your family, oh, they will love it. They would definitely love this. Look at my meat. So I'm just gonna mix it, and then I'll just let it sit for another 10-15 minutes while I start my grill, and then we're gonna put these on the stick. So after that 10 minutes, I'm going to put my meat on this over here. So this is what one looks like. Looks very delicious. So I'm just gonna put it over here. And I'll just repeat the same thing. Some people would prefer to put onions, chopped up onions and bell pepper in between, but usually at times when you put these on the grill, they just get burned. I know usually in Liberia, on the street, like street vendors, they will put the meat on the stick, but cut the onions into like smaller pieces or bigger pieces, and then once you buy it and they put it in a newspaper or whatever thing they're putting it in, to just chop up some onions over it, and then they have like hot pepper sauce to go with it. So most time I prefer not to put my onions and bell peppers on there because they just get burnt really easily. So these are kebabs. They have been placed on this metal stick over here, a skewer, as other people call it. And look at all of this. Look at how juicy our kebabs looks. You have to try this recipe, and you have to comment below and let me know how it went for you, because you will enjoy it and other people would definitely enjoy it too. Here's the final look of that Liberian style roasted meat. Please follow me on all of my social media platforms. Thanks for watching and see you in another video.